Good afternoon, everyone in Easton and beyond. This is Harrison Young, my second Topic Time episode in the lovely town of Easton. I have a few underwriters, and then we're going to start the show with some awesome guests today. The underwriters are as follows: Fatima's Hair Salon in Brockton, W Fitness Blast Fitness in Foxborough, Town Line General Store in West Bridgewater, where UPS access is always available, Furnace Brook Motors in Easton, Gary Stone, General Manager, J&W Carpet the second, J&W Carpets the second, Carpet Installers in Avon. And that's it. So thank you very much, and we will now start the show. Here we go. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. What else? I just keep getting more great guests. It's kind of an autumn day out there. It's cool, crisp, but in here it's hot like a furnace, no pun intended. And speaking of that, I thought I heard the word furnace in there somewhere. Oh yeah, there's somebody I just read, but that's beside the point. I digress. These two gentlemen here are actors, and one is a writer. This is Joe McGee. You guys may remember Ted Stern a couple of weeks ago, Rizzo and Dan Felix. They brought these gentlemen on board, and this is Tommy Fury, and these two guys are going to be talking about, and we're looking at some clips from a film based on a novel that Joe wrote, correct?
Correct.
It's called White House is Fake.
Yes.
Just so you guys know, I'm usually apolitical on my show, so this does not reflect on the opinion of Topic Time Nation.
This was my first fiction book. This was released in 2017. And it's not about Donald Trump. I always get people talking about that. In 1956, Dwight Eisenhower, he did the National Federal Highway Act. 41,000 miles of highway, you probably remember.
The Interstate Act, yes. I wasn't around in 56, but I know all about it. I ride it on all the time on the interstate.
Yeah, absolutely. So the interstate first was supposed to be for military use, and it became public use.
Wait, hold a second. You mean the interstate on the United States highway was supposed to be just for military use?
Use. Is
that really true?
This is really true.
That's amazing. Well, how so? You mean just to gear up for potential wars?
Yeah, think of it as like a contingency plan. If I need to go from point A to point B, it's going to be hectic. We need a direct route.
Yep.
If there is let's say, a war that might happen or a conflict, that way the military can get from point A to point B very quickly.
Yes, of course.
But it changed where they realized civilians obviously need to travel as well.
Yep, okay.
So what I do is I tie my fiction around that nonfiction, and I wrote the White House's book. Now the idea was conceived about me driving under the highway in Connecticut. An idea went off and I wrote the book.
There you go.
That's how it happened.
How long is it? It looks like it's about 100 pages.
It's a good read. It's about 160 pages. Okay. It's an easy read. You'll get through it depending on how quickly you read.
Very pretty cover, obviously.
Yep.
Whoever did your cover banged it up.
He did, yeah.
That's I did a bang up job, I should say.
Yeah, you see a DOT truck. You see looks like the president, a secret tunnel, and some armed guards. So that's just the title's elusive. There's a lot more going on with the book. Okay. But I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, I understand.
Definitely check out the book. That's where it first started, my passion for writing.
Cool. How many books have you written so far?
So White House is Fake is number 2. Letters for Annie, Memories from World War II. That's why we're dressed as we are, me and Tommy.
You look like 1940s military men.
Yeah, so
I'm in the Navy, correct?
Correct. Yeah, the Navy. So 40s. Yeah. 40s. So Tommy Fury wore this uniform in our film.
Yep.
We're wearing this as a homage to the film. Letters for Annie, Memories from World War II.
Wow.
This particular uniform I'm wearing was worn by Chris Silva, who did a speech on the battleship Massachusetts.
Okay, for real?
Filmed on that battleship
on
the film.
Yes.
So that book, Letters for Annie, Memories from World War II, will be out later this year, along with the film and soundtrack. Letters for Annie, Memories from World War II, original music. And I'm giving you a copy of the soundtrack. Okay. And I'm giving you a copy of The White House is Fake.
I'd almost be inclined to want to use it for my Topic Time theme song, but I've never part with this baby for $1 million years or $1 million. But you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. I really appreciate that. Okay, well, let's talk about the history of both you guys.
Sure,
I mean, from what I understand, from what I heard about you, I mean, you're a real. I mean, you are like an artist, an author, an actor. and that's basically, and that's plenty. And what about you, Tommy? What do you fit in? You're just
I'm
right-hand man, obviously, in this case?
I'm an actor, and I used to be a songwriter.
Okay.
And kind of flowed with the acting ability.
I understand.
You know, when I was 14 years old, I started writing music.
Okay.
And right from then, I knew that I definitely had this artistic ability.
Cool.
So I played in a few bands here and there, and then found out that acting was my true passion.
Okay.
And I kept moving forward with that, and people started to recognize my unique way of acting and bringing their character to life exactly how they wanted it on screen.
Cool.
Which is one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Okay. Have you ever, one quick question though, have you ever incorporated your music into your acting at all? Or written something musical for a movie or a film?
No, but Joe has, I'm in
Joe's
next film, Reflections. I'll be in that film playing a character named Vladimir Belinsky.
Okay. Russian
who
guy?
Who is a Russian, yes.
Okay. That's
and I still play on and off, and one of the producers that was producing a film, one of the last films I was in, called The Sparrow Falling, Sal Del Greco, he is putting together a song, and I'm going to be featured on lead guitar for that song.
That is awesome.
And we're going to try to get that into the film.
Okay. Well, Joe, just curious, are you musically inclined at all?
Well, unfortunately, I like to listen to music.
Well, it's not unfortunate, but you never
I used to play
the
electric guitar when I was very young.
Okay.
I was about 12, 13 years old. But my passion is really about hearing it. I don't really portray myself playing music.
Okay.
But I'm really, really fond about original music. That's why we did Letters for Annie original soundtrack.
Okay.
That's why we're doing Reflections, original music from these artists who need to be heard. So we're giving them the opportunity to put original music into the film and into the soundtrack.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, it's good because obviously you need music for your films.
Yes, and then it gives them exposure as well.
Okay.
So exposure is what it's all about.
Of course it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now, all right, let's talk. We're going to look at a couple of clips for those films that you were discussing.
Yeah.
Annie, take a breath. Calm down. I can't understand you.
You still have the family war letters, right? Call Tony and ask him to come with you. Bring the box of letters with you and I'll explain everything. You must hurry.
Annie? Annie? Oh.
Come on!
Behind that javelin, Bartle. Yeah. Behind that javelin. Bartle, come on, get in there. Let's bring it.
I think so. I just hit my head on the dashboard.
I'll be right back.
this is worse than we thought.
I know where they are. The extermination should be quick and easy. Any last words?
I did video reenactments of chapters of my book.
Okay.
Now this is on much kind of like a short film kind of reenactments. It's not as large of a scale as Letters for Annie, which is more of a feature film.
Okay.
So what you saw there is we were in a real police department. We had a limo come. We were on a real airplane.
Okay.
This particular clip was the actors portraying the chapters of how Nelson Conrad discovered the secret under the highway.
Okay.
So that's the clip you just saw where the White House is fake, the trailer of that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Book version.
Nelson Conrad. Now that's somebody that was the main protagonist in the.
He is. So Nelson Conrad in 1992, he was fishing in a local pond in Alexandria, Virginia. That's where the book takes place.
Yes.
And he stumbled about a DOT truck parked on the side of the road.
DOT truck. What's that?
Department of Transportation.
Okay.
VDOT in Virginia is what
Right.
it's called.
Okay.
And he's going like this in the air, whirling his finger in the air, and talking on the walkie-talkie.
Right.
Nelson Conrad thought that was interesting, so he ran up in the woods. He started watching.
Mm-hmm.
Out of a secret tunnel, a U.S. general emerged, a U.S. Marine emerged, Secretary of Defense.
Wow.
They had a meeting, and then a limo pulled up, and they went away. So he actually was interested. He started following. That's kind of how the book progresses.
Okay. Wow. It sounds a lot of good espionage going on and mystery and stuff, and that's just what people, was really going to reel people in.
Exactly. So that's that clip. Now, you want to talk about the second
Sure.
clip? Second clip, Tommy Fury was in there. You're going to see him, and we had two classic cars in that clip.
Okay.
1955 Buick,
Yep.
1957 Chevy.
Right.
Tommy Fury was portrayed as Tony Lombardo after the war. He got in a car accident.
Which war?
The World War II.
World War II. Okay.
A drunk lawyer hit
40s,
him.
Right. Yep.
A drunk lawyer hit him from behind,
Okay.
played by Ted Sterner, who was on your show.
Right.
And, well, Tony Lombardo, played by Tommy, didn't like that.
Right.
So they got into a scuffle.
Yep.
So the clip you saw was him basically getting into the car accident, and he's going ready to rip this guy to shreds.
Wow. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
And what's interesting about that as well, we had original music playing at the end of the trailer.
Yep.
Easy Blues, who's on the Letters for Annie soundtrack, you're going to
Yep.
hear his original song in that trailer, which you just heard.
Wow.
So
Well,
a
that's
lot of
awesome.
original music and some boxing scenes.
Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah.
I saw them also on your page.
Correct,
Prior to
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he worked out
It's
very
fun-
hard on that.
It's
Cool.
funny
On boxing.
how that all came about too, because
Go ahead.
as me and Joe were talking about the film during production, I mentioned to him, "Did you want to throw in some boxing scenes? Were any of these brothers boxers at all?" And he actually had mentioned that from the real letters that he received, which I don't know if he mentioned to you, but this movie is based on real letters.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
One of the brothers was a boxer,
Right.
and it happened to be that I used to box.
Cool.
And my old teacher from the boxing
boxing
school
teacher?
that I went to allowed us to use the gym to
Cool.
film it.
Now, what are you guys from Connecticut?
Yeah.
We are from, I hate to say it, but we are from Connecticut, being we're in
Why do you hate
right
to
now.
say it? I love
Well,
the fact that people travel such long distances to be on my show.
That's true. Then that's a plus.
That's a very good
Absolutely
plus.
good plus. So yeah, we're both from Connecticut.
Okay.
And yeah, for me, I didn't really find my passion as a child as a writer
Okay.
until probably the tail end of my high school senior year.
Okay.
Where my English teacher, Miss Krantz, said, "Joe, you have a gift. I got like the highest score on my essay paper."
That is so cool.
And she goes, "You got to do something with it."
There you go.
But
Wow.
it took me. I graduated in 2000 from Watertown High School.
Okay. Well, in 1982, I'm guessing.
1981.
Oh, 81, okay.
I stayed back in third grade.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody. Oh, wait, we're on the air.
No, that's
now it's
fine.
out. No, but so what happened with that is she said, do something with your gift. So it took me 16 years later to actually start my writing career, which
Okay.
morphed into film directing, producing.
Yep.
And that's how I really formed, and I was kind of a late bloomer, if you will.
Yeah, that's cool. But I mean, all right, well, that's great. As a kid, though, what were your passions then? I mean, what did you want to do as an adult?
That's an interesting question. Much different than what I'm doing now. Actually, law enforcement. I really kind of
because you have that law enforcement type of look.
I do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
you both do actually.
Actually, yeah. I wanted.
I could see you guys both eating donuts in a cruiser, but
yeah.
You did bring a cup. I mean, not to give him any press or anything, but you did bring 2 cups of Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
We did.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I understand. So did you know each other growing up? I mean,
no.
You look a lot younger. I'm not a lot younger, but you guys look like you're not in the same age. Like you're not really.
No, we didn't know each other before. The filming.
Okay.
I noticed he was looking for.
I was going to ask you how you guys hooked up originally.
I guess just through networking and on Facebook and stuff.
Right.
And there's a lot of different sites you can go on Facebook to see people casting, and I messaged Joe and I sent him a couple clips of the previous film that I was in which was called The Sparrow Falling, which is a science fiction movie, and he noticed something that he liked.
Cool.
And he said, I like you in my film, and I was honored to.
What were you playing in the science fiction film?
I played the character, actually a very snake-like character named Cinderin.
Was it a human character or sort of a spin-off?
Human, but with powers. Okay, so kind of like a mix between the Joker and,
somebody evil, like a
yeah,
Batman?
but not the Joker. So the producer came up to me and said, "Hey, look, he's seen me in a workshop once.
Okay.
I went to a monologue workshop and I did a performance of the Joker." And I think
Hey, tell you what, want to do one now as long as we're sitting here?
No thanks.
Okay, that's fine.
But I just want to let you know what happened.
So. Good. No, I understand.
So
it's inspiring me because the Joker was one of that was my favorite villain.
Yeah, so I did a Heath Ledger version of it. So maybe a month went by and he messaged me and he says, "Tommy," he says, "how would you like to be a villain in one of my films?"
Wow.
And I said, "I'd love it." I said, "This is kind of what I've been really practicing a lot." And he said, "Well, one thing, you got to promise me you can't be like the Joker." So I said, "All right, no problem."
Okay,
so,
he wanted some diversity there.
Right.
Obviously.
So this is what was interesting. So I was on set in one of the scenes where it was kind of I don't want to give it away, but it's not fully produced yet, but I did a scene where it had to be kind of really twisty, kind of like the Joker, but totally different. Okay,
did you have to wear the makeup and everything?
I had my own wardrobe, which me and the producer had created together, and it was very original, unique.
I'm sure it was.
So once the scene was done, he looked at me and said, "Tommy," he said, and I'm thinking, wow, I must have messed up. So he's like, "I got to talk to you. Come in the other room." So I went in the other room, and he says, "Phenomenal."
Wow.
And that there was a big influence for me to keep moving forward with my filming.
As well it should be, my goodness.
And with all the other, cast and crew.
You must have felt confetti blowing up inside your
it kind of made my head a little bit big,
Wow.
But not to the point of being ego.
Oh, but that must have been delighting. I mean, to hear something like that.
But yeah, that was great. So
of course.
That was 9 episodes for The Sparrow Falling, and it's a very interesting film. A lot of special effects, flame throwing, and everything. But that character's powers were crystal mage. He was a geologist and a master of crystal mage. So he did a lot of things with the using powers with crystals.
Cool.
So it was very interesting.
Good. It sounds like the special effects were second to none.
Oh yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, was this before you guys met or after?
This was before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, I got to ask, first of all, Tommy Fury, is that your real name?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm just wondering if there was, I mean, I'm trying to equate that with boxing, and that's why I figured maybe that was your nickname from the days in the ring.
Yeah, no, that's my name.
But it's your real name. Okay, that's even better. Okay. That's like I said, everything happens for a reason. Now,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Joe, here's what I want to ask you now.
Yeah,
you,
sure.
you created this book because, I mean, based on something your high school English teacher told you. However, when she told you that you were a great writer,
Correct.
you hadn't started producing films yet, no? Or
No.
So now I want to know how did that come about? How did you expand into filmmaking?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So for me, thank you. For me, I call myself kind of a creative author, a creative maybe person.
Okay.
I don't want to just be an author. I just don't want to write books. I've always, at least growing up, I would prefer, at least back then, to watch a movie over a book.
Yep.
Now I'm kind of having the ability to do both.
Right.
So some people like film over book, vice versa.
Right.
So what I want to do is I want to take my own content
Yeah.
and put it into a movie to show people when I'm writing, writing pages in my book. What am I really thinking about? What does Joe McGee want to convey? What does Joe McGee want to show with this scene? Now they get to see it.
Exactly.
So
Wow.
this, in 2017, this is when I wrote The White House is Fake. This came out in October 2017. We filmed a short film about it
Yep.
in August 2017.
Okay.
And then from there, we did Letters for Annie, which we just filmed recently, and that's coming out in the Strand Theater in Seymour, Connecticut.
Wow.
November 10th, 7 p.m.
Okay. Wow.
Tickets
Yeah.
are $5, and all proceeds go to a veteran fund.
Okay,
to
yeah,
support
we're gonna
the
see you
veterans.
there.
It's a great cause. Obviously, you just can't say, I'm a writer, but I want to be a filmmaker without having some kind of, formal instruction. Am I right? I mean, or did you not? Or were you
No,
totally self-taught with it?
It's totally self-taught. I'm
Okay.
a movie buff. Let's just say that I have.
I know you're a movie buff, but there's
yeah.
a difference between loving movies and knowing how to make them.
Well, there is, but let me tell you
Okay,
a quick
right.
story about that. So,
Okay.
I mean, I have probably, I don't know, thousands of movies. At one point, probably 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
I love movies so much that I can really find errors or continuity mistakes.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
for example, one time Warner Brothers, there's a film, I don't remember what it is offhand, I found an error. Warner Brothers contacted me. They wanted to actually hire me as a consultant.
Wow.
To spot continuity flaws and things like that. I was just too busy at the time. But I knew then that I had this gift to really know what filmmaking is, what filmmaking could be. And from that story, that passion, this kind of led me later down the road to really just put my vision on the film.
Wow.
My book version onto the screen.
You got to tell me, how did Warner Brothers find you? And how did they know that you? Did you send them a letter?
I contacted them about a movie. I said, hey, this was wrong, and they were impressed, and they wanted to make me a consultant.
What did you have to lose? But wow, what a revelation that must have been. Just like his revelation
Yeah,
about the
exactly.
Joker thing. Wow.
I was floored, but the
Yeah.
timing wasn't right. I had other obligations, other things I was
Sure.
doing. But I knew I loved writing books. I loved telling a story, and
Yeah.
that's how I fell into filmmaking.
Cool. There you go. And so I take it. Now you guys have families, wives and kids, or anything, or
Yeah. So
I don't.
no, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Yeah. So
because I'm asking. I
Yeah.
mean, that's personal stuff, but I want to know how. I want to know how that either inspires you or affects your time to do what you really love doing with this.
Yeah.
No, that's a great question. So for me, a lot of my writing, a lot of my screen development, screenplay writing, a lot of that comes in the middle of the night, right?
Okay.
Because I have children, right?
Yep.
So late at night, I want to be with them during the day.
Sure.
But during the night, you can find me at, basically at 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Wow.
I'm up, I'm writing,
Right.
I'm actually putting ideas together. I'm have a big poster board for Letters for Annie. I'm putting dates in the sequences.
Okay.
So a lot of that really magic happens at night, just for obvious reasons. With
Sure.
the kids, I can't be,
Yeah.
be doing it during the day.
Of course. Wow. And what
Yeah.
about your situation?
Yeah, me, I'm single, and
Okay.
I'm married to my acting.
There you go. That's
So,
fine. Well, I'm just saying. So it seems like you both obviously have the time to do what you love doing.
Yeah.
But I would seem like, based on what you're telling me, is that you're a little more freed up because you don't have other obligations. But I guess in life, you have to make big inroads to other things too. And
Yeah, there's always other things that come up, but because I have no kids or anything,
Right.
I do have a day job still.
Okay.
But when I come home,
Yeah.
I have the whole night, and I can do what I have to do if it's, for example, study for a role, study my lines.
Okay.
I dedicate my whole night for that.
Okay.
And
Wow.
when I get into character,
Yep.
one of my main keys is getting all the lines down first where you don't even have to think about them.
Okay, wow.
So that's when all the hand movements, the gestures, the eye movements,
So you
your
memorize the
stunts.
lines first, and then you add your own special technique.
Yes, your
to it,
unique
yeah.
way of acting
Right.
flows after that.
Sure.
And that to me always worked. And even stunts. So
You do stunts too, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I get it. Okay, you're a
not a
rugged guy.
lot, but I
Obviously you can handle that.
do stunts. And like Joe, you know, he comes up to me with an idea, you know, and I'll get the script down
Okay,
so good that I don't have to think about it.
okay.
But
Wow.
there was, for example, there was a scene in Letters for Annie where I fight a champ.
Okay,
And I didn't realize it, but he wanted that scene to be where I was actually moving around and boxing while I was talking.
okay.
So
Yep,
because I had the lines down so good, I was able to still do this motion movement and get all the lines down out perfectly.
Perfect. That sounds awesome.
And in acting, that's going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
A director's going to tell you something that you never would have thought that you'd have to do.
Right, you're
But if
prepared
you-
for it because you got, you know,
Right.
you got the method down for all the stuff that you need to do in terms
Yes.
of memory. You got the steps, memorize, and then
Yeah.
take, and then add your
Yeah.
own input afterwards.
And another thing I do is a lot of times I'll practice it,
Yep.
but I'll have 4 or 5 different versions.
Okay. Wow.
So say the producer says or director says, "Hey, I don't like that version. Can you do it a little different?" I got 4 or 5 more up my sleeve.
Cool. Wow.
So it's all about technique and the passion of wanting to do it, and that's pretty much it. And that, you know, aspect of it.
That's awesome. Now he writes books. Do you do any writing at all on your own?
Not really. I've done a couple little shorts, you know, but
you mean like scripts?
yeah, a couple
Okay.
scripts. I did one about a guy who ended up being on an island, and
Well, his name wasn't Gilligan, was it? Couldn't resist that one.
oh yeah, it was. How did you know?
Right, right.
But
Okay.
it was called Trapped Existence.
Okay.
I have it written. Just never thought about producing it because once I started getting into acting more, I felt as though I'm just gonna.
Yeah, but you
stick to
prefer
that.
doing other people's scripts, but using
Yeah.
your own special skills with them.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I mean
Yeah.
that's perfect. Okay.
So yeah.
All right, so what is it? Here we are. We're in the fall of 2018. What does the next few months look like for you guys in terms
Yeah,
of productivity?
that's
I
a
know you got your
great
film
question.
coming out, but what else you got?
Yeah, so here's what we got. Reflections, my
Yeah.
new novel, my new film will be coming out in
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
You probably heard from your previous show with Ted Sterner. I'm helping produce under McGee Productions.
Right.
Elixir of Life, Too Much Juju by Ted Sterner.
Okay.
We got that going on. And other than that, really just promoting Letters for Annie, getting Reflections ready. That's all I got going on. I know Tommy probably is in some other projects or some other things he's doing.
I have a few. I've sent out auditions for major productions,
Okay.
which I can't mention the names
That's
of the
fine.
films actually at the moment.
Okay.
But I'm kind of got my fingers crossed on getting into these films.
We're almost done with the show. I hope you guys had fun here. Hope
We
had
did.
fun.
Oh yeah,
We did.
thank
So
you
what I
for
want you to
having
do real
us.
quick and condense them is to give some shouts out to people that are going to see this, because a lot of people are.
Okay.
Oh, Harrison,
ahead.
also I wanted to
There
give
you go.
these
Oh, thank you.
autographed pair of boxing gloves.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Don't
Let's
hurt
give some
yourself.
shouts out to people. That's really cool.
Oh, I'd like to give a shout out to all my fans and friends, my mom, my brother. A lot of you guys are still following me, and I appreciate that. And there's going to be a lot more to come because, as you know, I'm driven and got a lot of plans here in the future. So keep your eyes peeled.
The Tommy Fury. And what about you?
Yeah, real quick, just a couple shout outs. Obviously, my family, my fans, my followers, everyone in Letters for Annie, all the cast, crew, everyone in the new film Reflections. I want to thank everyone for watching us. You can find out more information about me. A YouTube channel is McGee Productions. White House is Fake. You can find more information at thewhitehousesfake.com. You want to know more about Letters for Annie, lettersforannie.com. And that's all I got.
Okay, that's fine. That's plenty. All right, well, I just want to thank you guys for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe I could try those hats on before we go.
Sure.
Let's see let's see if
Yeah, go ahead.
I've never been in the service. My father was in.
Now you're in the Navy.
Hey, okay.
Ah, it looks good on you.
This is actually a Warren, a real Warren
This is like
hat.
a real, yeah.
Real
cool.
Warren.
Doesn't fit. Yours fit better.
Yeah,
Gilligan
you
hat
must
was
have
better.
a big head like me.
Cool. All right. Well,
So,
I hope you guys in Easton enjoy Topic Time and and watch more episodes. I'm going to come back with more great guests like these two. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up and see you next time. Take care. You guys ready to? All right, folks.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Cue it.